in the Matrix. So first, Neo, that's an anagram of
The
the
one.
one. He wakes up from his
Right.
and there's someone knocking at the door, and apparently he hacked something for them,
Right.
and is about to give them. And so he says, "Wait a minute." He goes back, rummages through a thing,
Right.
gives him a disc,
Thing. Right.
and the guy says, "Thanks." Okay.
You're my savior, man. My own personal Jesus Christ.
You're in a matrix right now. Not a computer simulation. A spiritual one. And it's been running since before you were born. Jesus called it out 2,000 years ago. He warned about it. He said most people would stay asleep. He was describing the Matrix movie, 2,000 years before it was made. That's not a coincidence. That's prophecy. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm proving it. Before you dismiss this, consider Jesus spoke in parables. He used the language of his time to explain truths that transcend time. Today, we speak in the language of the Matrix, and the parallels are undeniable. In the Matrix, humanity unknowingly lives in a simulated reality created by machines to keep them docile while using their biological energy as a power source. Most people are born into the simulation, live their entire lives in it, and die without ever knowing the truth. Above them exists a real world, harsh but authentic. Now listen to what Jesus taught. My kingdom is not of this world. John 18:36. He didn't say his kingdom was imaginary. He said it operated on a different frequency than the material realm we perceive. It's not here in the physical systems we see, but it's more real than anything we touch. Jesus walked among people who were trapped in their own simulation. Not a computer program, but a spiritual matrix, a system of control, ego, material desire, and spiritual darkness designed to keep humanity asleep. The stakes were identical then and now. Wake up or remain enslaved. To understand this fully, we need to map the spiritual organization that Jesus revealed. At the top, the divine source. Jesus didn't teach monotheism as an abstract concept. He taught that God the Creator is the ultimate authority in all realms, material and spiritual, visible and invisible. Jesus said, "I and the Father are one." John 10:30. He positioned himself as a prince of the spirit born of the divine source, but incarnated in flesh to penetrate the system from within. Paul wrote something crucial, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." Ephesians 6:12. Notice he says cosmic powers. This wasn't poetry. This was describing a structure. The apostles understood that reality had layers. Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, military commanders in the spirit realm, tasked with enforcing divine will. Principalities, higher-ranking spiritual authorities governing regions and systems. Powers, forces that execute the will of higher authorities. Thrones and dominions governing councils in the heavenly places. But there was an opposing force with its own hierarchy. Jesus called Satan the prince of this world. John 12:31. This is the crucial insight. Satan doesn't rule the heavens. He rules here, in the material realm, in the systems we think are normal. Think about the Matrix. Agents are human-looking programs designed to enforce the system from within. They appear normal but serve an inhuman master. They protect the simulation. In the spiritual reality Jesus revealed, demonic forces, spiritual beings bound to ego, lust, and material desire operate the same way. They inspire systems of control, government, media, commerce, promote ideologies that keep humans spiritually asleep, protect the matrix of materialism and ego. And then there are humans, the awakened and the asleep. Some humans awaken to spiritual reality. They become what Jesus called born again, reconnected to the divine source. These are the ones neo-freeze from the pods. These are the apostles, the prophets, the saints throughout history. But the majority remain asleep, trapped, operating within the system's programming. Now here's where it gets deep. Jesus diagnosed the virus that runs the matrix. He didn't call it a virus, but he identified the core problem: lust and ego. Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the craving of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father but from the world. 1 John 2:15-16. This isn't a moral judgment. It's a technical diagnosis. The system, the matrix, is powered by 1. Lust for negative emotions. The system keeps you craving fear, anger, envy, shame. Why? Because these emotions are compulsive. They keep you hooked, scrolling, consuming, seeking external validation. A person at peace doesn't need to buy anything. A person at peace isn't easily controlled. 2. Ego as the operating system. Your ego, your false identity, your sense of importance, your need to appear successful is the default program. You were born into it. It feels like you. But Jesus said, deny yourself. Matthew 16:24. He wasn't speaking poetry. He was saying, recognize that your default identity is false programming. 3. Material beauty as the trap. The matrix is seductive. The food looks delicious. The clothes are fashionable. The success seems real. The pleasure feels genuine. Jesus taught, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his soul? Matthew 16:26. He's asking, why would you chase material beauty when you're actually starving spiritually? 4. The addiction loop. The system is designed so satisfaction is always temporary. Every pleasure fades. Every achievement becomes hollow. This keeps the hamster wheel spinning. Social media is the most obvious example today. The algorithm literally feeds you content based on your addictions. But it's the same principle Jesus saw in his time. People chasing money, status, physical appearance, power, never satisfied because the system is designed for perpetual wanting. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. Matthew 24:42. Jesus literally warned about remaining asleep. Not physically asleep, spiritually asleep. Operating within the system's programming without questioning it. Most people are in this state. They have good jobs, families, pleasures, but they're asleep to spiritual reality. They don't know they're in the matrix. And the system is actually brilliant. It makes sleep feel comfortable. It makes slavery feel like freedom. So now you face the choice. Stay asleep. The matrix offers comfort. A job, a family, some pleasures. You don't have to see the ugliness of the system. Most people choose this. Jesus called it the broad way that leads to destruction. Matthew 7:13. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. Colossians 3:12-15. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe for more truths the system doesn't want you to know. And join our community of the awakened in the comments below.